You know, sometimes I hear about people talking about Bigfoot tracks, Bigfoot feet. This is one thing I hear. I'm starting to hear a little bit more and more. If the Bigfoot track is not completely flat, then it's fake. Gotta laugh at that one. Then, you know, if it's got the mid-tarsal break, it's legit. You know what? You got these alleged experts out there. The only one in my book that's an expert when it comes to tracks and feet, you got anthropologist, Dr. Jeff Meldrum. He's, just for an example, that man knows what he's talking about. There's certain ridge lines, there's certain structures of the foot and that he knows how to identify. There are, technically in the human foot, there's, I believe there's like 4 types of arches they look for in the human foot. There's 4 different types of arches in the human foot. Alright, now I'm not no anthropologist, but if we're going to compare Sasquatch to humans, look, not every human has an arch. There are quite a few and many humans that have flat feet. Okay, a good majority of us, or higher, I don't know if it's safe to say a higher percentage of us, have the arch. Okay, we have the instep, we have all that. Throughout my field observations and my field research, you know, some people think it's a little odd or a little absurd that I have found numerous tracks, Sasquatch tracks. And I will tell you for a fact that not all of them have arches. Very little of them do. Majority of my tracks are flat-footed, but not all of them are going to be flat. The other thing is, too, it depends on the terrain. Sometimes they may appear to have an arch or, you know, or instep. It depends if they're on a hill. Sometimes it may look like it's just slippage or whatever it may be. But you got to understand, if we're comparing Sasquatch to humans, which I don't do that very often. I'm just throwing this out there, you know, for those who do. Not every track is going to be flat-footed. It is rare to find a track that has a ridge or a instep or an arch, as we call it, the mid-tarsal break, or more advancedly put, as Dr. Jeff Meldrum puts it, the flexation of the foot. Okay, this is something very important that you got to keep in mind. Not every track has that, vice versa. Okay, so something to keep. Here's another thing I want to talk about real quick too, because this is something also that's been recently brought up. That when I speak about our non-human primates, such as chimpanzees, bonobos, gorillas, baboons, etc., etc., I was told that I do not state the importance of a bonobo, how they are closely resembling humans. Well, the truth is, I am well aware of their DNA sequence. Bonobos ain't the only one. It's chimpanzees and bonobos. Their DNA is what closely resembles human DNA. The DNA that was presented to me was slightly off by 0.3%, because that's something I keep up with. When it comes to primate DNA, chimpanzee and bonobos, they're 98.7% compared to us. Now, being that close, they're close, but they are not equal. They are a complete different species. That's a true fact. Keep that in mind. Science has labeled them as a cousin to us because they are so close. If you take other mammals and compare their DNA along with the human DNA, you're going to see other close resemblances. Again, they're all completely different species. Alright? Humans, anything with hair or fur, we're all mammals. Okay? There's different sequences and levels of the DNA sequence and patterns. So yes, I'm very well aware of bonobos and chimps being the closest related to humans according to science and their evolutionary table and all that mess, which I try to stay clear from that. I really do. I try to stay far from that. But when people bring up evolution and all the above, I'll throw it out there. I'll talk about it. I don't like to, but I will. But there's good reasons why I don't like to talk about it, because I try to present a different side that people are forgetting or even don't even know about. It's called logic. It's called, look at this. there's another picture here. People are stuck on science. People worship science as a religion. People believe if science doesn't say it, then it's not true. That's where we're wrong. Science is all about questioning everything and pointing things out, pointing the errors and flaws out, and looking for other, other factors, other possibilities. There is some scientists, and then there is a lot of people who follow science, like I said, live on a one-way street. They will not try to look at other possibilities. They stay down a narrow path. They don't try to broaden their search for discovery and possibilities. Now, again, I'm not coming across as a know-it-all, but this is true. It may not be true of all of them, but there are some. Keep in mind and don't mistake what I'm saying to you. Try to follow me here. So with that being said, try to be careful if you're going to take science and put science involved with Bigfoot research, which science has a lot to do with Bigfoot research. A lot of people don't realize that, because here we are on the verge of discovering, as we research and scout around in the field, for a unclassified primate. Some people believe it's a lot more than that. That's fine. That's your belief. I'm not going to put you down for that. I respect you for that. But what homework are you doing to try to prove that? That's my point. Find something to compare. Find something that supports what you're doing. That's all I'm saying.